in the context of transitional transformations and civilizational dialogue. The Mahabharata opera has become a landmark cultural project of the BRICS Culture Media Forum, BCMF, a link between ancient wisdom and modern artistic expression, as well as between Eastern and Western civilizations. The philosophical basis of the project is based on the concept that a long-term dialogue of civilizations is primarily a dialogue of values. These values are inseparable from the universal limitations known in ancient Indian philosophy as Dharma. This deep understanding defined the civilizational problems of India and Russia and inspired Dr. Sergei Dvoryanov, Vice President of the BRICS Culture Media Forum, a religious philosopher and cultural strategist, to create the opera Mahabharata as a unique cultural and spiritual project. The concept of the Mahabharata opera was officially presented to the BRICS Culture Media Forum, an organization that unites artists and cultural figures from around the world. Thus, the forum approved and launched a structured search process for famous and emerging composers from India and Russia. Several composers were shortlisted, and they were invited to create original symphonic works. The evaluation process is ongoing, and the forum is awaiting final applications, after which the selected work will move to the next stage of production. The first public announcement of the Mahabharata opera was made at the end of 2025 in Dubai, at the iconic Amani Hotel Burj Khalifa, by Dr. Jan Nisarlone, Global President of the BRICS Culture Media Forum, an outstanding Indian composer, musician, and Bollywood producer. This announcement was an important milestone that cemented the project's status as a flagship cultural initiative within the framework of the BRICS. Mahabharata is a global pop opera project using the latest digital technologies. The best artists from the BRICS and BRICS Plus countries, composers, singers, and sound producers will be involved in the implementation of the opera Mahabharata. In addition, one of the unique features of this production will be the use of artificial intelligence. Thus, the implementation of this project will become a semantic argument in the dialogue between East and West, antiquity and modernity, man and artificial intelligence. The opera Mahabharata begins with the appearance of Vyasadeva, its author, a great sage who, according to the Vedas, is the literary embodiment of God. Vyasadeva enters the stage with a white dove in his hand, which symbolizes a pure soul, goodwill, and a message of peace to the entire universe. Vyasadeva recalls the words of his teacher Narada Muni, whom he sees in a mystical trance and who also appears on stage with his legendary Veena. It was Narada Muni who ordered Vyasadeva to compile the Vedas and tell mankind how Krishna himself, the eighth avatar of Vishnu, manifested on this earth, Bhumi Devi. After that, the action is transferred to the shore of the Milky Ocean, where all the demigods of our universe went, led by Brahma, who is the creator of this universe. The demigods offered humble prayers to Vishnu, imploring him to descend upon Mother Earth, bless humanity with his appearance and free the earth from the oppression of demonic kings, as they destroy the spiritual civilization of Sanatana Dharma by their actions. Vishnu answers the prayers of the demigods with his blessed smile and assures them that he will personally descend to earth as an avatar in order to support the true religion. After that, we travel back in time and the action is transferred to the very episode of the Mahabharata, when the youngest wife of King Pandu, Queen Marjorie, decides to enter the sacrificial fire in order to perform the sati ceremony. Marjorie turns to the demigod of fire Agni and asks him to purify her soul and burn to ashes her useless body, which is no longer able to serve her husband.
Oh, Agni, my savior, I beg you, purify my suffering soul. Let everything burn, only the name will remain. Because the name, as you know, does not burn, and it can be reborn. Definitely red. Of all the is so close.
Before leaving this world, Queen Marjorie asked Queen Kunti, the eldest wife of King Pandu, to take care of her two sons named Nakula and Sahadeva. Thus, Queen Kunti took upon herself the responsibility of raising the 5 Pandava brothers, the eldest of whom was Yudhishthira. Born of the god of Dharma, he is the god of death, Yamaraj; Bhimasena, born of the god of wind Vayu; Arjuna, born of the god of the heavenly kingdom Indra; and the 2 twins Nakula and Sahadeva, the sons of Marjorie, born from morning and evening dawn. After the death of King Pandu, his brother Dhritarashtra, who was previously suspended from governing the country due to his blindness, becomes king of Hastinapura. Dhritarashtra's wife, Gandhari, voluntarily decided to blindfold herself in order not to surpass her husband in anything. She deprived herself of the opportunity to see this world, just like her husband. Gandhari gave birth to 100 sons who became the successors of the Kaurava dynasty. The eldest son of Duryodhana became the beloved son of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari appear on the scene and, consulting with each other, decide that their children should rule the state. So Duryodhana becomes the king of the whole Bharata country. Next comes the aria of the beautiful princess Draupadi. Draupadi dreams of a worthy groom for herself. She is considered the first beauty in the world, and therefore many suitors are applying for her hand. But Draupadi herself dreams that her future husband would be the embodiment of all divine qualities, noble, wise, and enlightened. Among the contenders for Draupadi's hand and heart were representatives of the Kaurava dynasty, Duryodhana, and from the Pandava dynasty, Arjuna. And then her father arranges a Swayamvara, the ritual of choosing the groom for the bride. It is at this moment that the first conflict between the brothers occurs, which later develops into a deadly feud. The winner of the competition is the magnificent archer Arjuna, who conquers the beauty and brings her home, where his mother Kunti meets them. Not knowing who her son had brought, Kunti thought that he had returned with arms, and she declared Draupadi to be the wife of all 5 Pandava brothers. In accordance with her words, Draupadi becomes a wife for all the Pandava brothers, but the beauty's heart belongs primarily to Arjuna.